Right now, time for tonight's Domino's pregame. John Wall. John, you ready, Wilbon?
I'm ready.
You know I'm coming to you after this. John Wall had one of the most clutch moments of the playoffs, hitting the winning shot in Game 6, but in Game 7, he only scored 18 points, his fewest in the postseason. And in the final 19 minutes, he shot 0 for 11 from the field. The Wizards were eliminated last night. Wilbon, you are our DC guy. I think the question I'm going to ask you is the view of John Wall. Has that changed for you after that performance?
No. He had a bad Game 7. He was 8 for 12 to start the game. All those 18 points were scored early, and then he had nothing. Look, John Wall's going to have to come back from this. I think he will. Remind people that Scottie Pippen, a Hall of Famer and 6-time champion, he was 1 for 10 in a Game 7 in Detroit early in his career at about the same time.
I remember those migraine years.
Migraine. And he had to work past that and get past it. A bigger problem for the Wizards to me than John Wall and what he didn't do last night. Spend some money in. You got to go into the luxury tax if you want to be a serious contender. He can't rest on this. Are Wall and Beal going to have more support? When you have a bench that gets you 5 points in Game 7, that's a bigger problem than a star player who had been great earlier in the playoffs having a bad Game 7.
Bees, my perception of John Wall doesn't change one bit.
Perfect.
Phenomenal player, great player. I mean, Wilbon talked about him being 8 for 12 to start the game. Ended up 8 for 23. He didn't stop shooting. His confidence never wavered. His effort never wavered. Still had 11 assists in the game, 7 rebounds. I mean, he continued to play the same way. He tried all night. Just you never know when that ball is going to go through the hoop. But he was in it the entire night, and great season. Great. It was actually a great series for him. Just came up short on the road.
He ascended, and here's how. He went from being an all-star level player to an all-NBA caliber player that we now expect him to perform at that level. Yes, he was 0 for 11 in the last 19 minutes of the game. But to your point, 7 of those were three-point shots. And with his speed and his athleticism, it showed me that they were trailing. It also showed me that they were pressing. But you also got to give the Celtics defense a lot of credit because they did a good job of getting back in transition. And what this also says is Boston and Washington, while not named the Cleveland Cavaliers, we have a little rivalry brewing in the NBA with John Wall's team getting eliminated by one led by Isaiah Thomas.
And Boston's team's going to get better. They're in the lottery tonight. They're going to get better. Washington has to make a greater effort to get better, but they better shore up that bench and get Wall and Beal some help around them.
Have 5 points. That hurts.
It does.
That hurts bad. It's officially official. Just want to get that out there. Kawhi Leonard is out for tonight's game, and Jonathan Simmons, once again, going to be in that starting lineup for the Spurs.
Man, we didn't get no AI highlights in the 96.
I don't know what to tell you.
Still a